What are professional boundaries and why must you set them? Have you ever been involved in a project and afterwards ask yourself why you accepted to join the group? You could hear your gut say no, but you still went ahead. That happened because you've not set your boundaries. No is a complete sentence if you have boundaries. These are limits that separate relationships. You're the only one who can determine how you want to be treated and what you value. You must let those around you know your values so that they are not violated and people get to know what is acceptable to you and what isn't. As humans, we always find ourselves in different kinds of relationships, work, family, and situational, amongst others. Once you've set boundaries, people respect them, and this gives you peace of mind. This is Mildred Okoth, and our topic today is on setting boundaries. Welcome to 5 Talents Africa, and if joining us for the first time, please subscribe below and let us know what kind of boundaries you've set for yourself. Why are boundaries important at the workplace? They help you achieve the goals you've set for yourself. At work, most people meet for the first time. A few know each other prior to employment, having met under different circumstances. It takes time to know people's character, to trust them enough to be called a friend. We have different reasons why we work. Some people work because they do not want to stay at home. Others work to raise money for further studies, while for most people, it is their livelihood. It's important to know your purpose and reason for working. Understanding your position helps you to attain your goals without distraction. To perform at your work, you need to maintain professional distance to get things done and maintain peace with yourself and colleagues. This does not just happen. You must know what are your boundaries, set them, and inform people about them so that they do not violate your principles. Please share with us below what boundaries you've set at your workplace. We have different types of boundaries that can be set for the workplace. For example, privacy and emotional boundary. To limit familiarity, you can set a boundary on physical space around you and how much you disclose about your personal life. Other boundaries touch on your personal and employer's time. If you have a young family and have to be home by a certain time, you cannot afford to waste time during working hours. This can be done at break time. It may sound unfriendly, but remember, it does not mean that you cannot be friends if you respect each other's time. An employer may also set boundaries in regard to meeting times, whereby meetings must start on time and penalize anyone who arrives late. Companies also set boundaries through policies. A good example is where there is a limit on the value of a gift that can be received by an employee from a client or vendor. Please share below what are the boundaries we can have at the workplace. What are the effects of not setting boundaries? People develop unnecessary stress and anxiety when there are no set boundaries and may perform poorly at their work. For example, if you're on time for a scheduled meeting, but none of the other parties are present, it may cause you anxiety because your day's program will be affected. When people do not respect your time, they simply do not respect you. Your personal space may also be violated if you do not set boundaries. Colleagues may leave dirty cups on your desk or even books that you don't need. You may also have employees use foul language in your presence in organizations that don't have boundaries on decorum. Telling people too much about your personal life may also be a cause for gossip that is not necessary and may affect your work. These are causes for unnecessary anxiety. Please let us know other negative effects that occur for not setting boundaries at the workplace. Having boundaries gives one peace of mind and helps to prevent unnecessary tension that may occur if professionalism is not maintained. It clarifies acceptable limits that you set for yourself, and people do not take advantage of you no matter the circumstance. It helps you maintain your respect and privacy. Setting personal boundaries is a skill that is learned and requires confidence and being assertive. The work environment becomes a safe place, physical boundaries are maintained, and colleagues respect and work harmoniously with each other. Those who cannot defend themselves are also protected by boundaries set by the company rules. For example, the organization's code of conduct can guide employees on acceptable gifts from clients and other stakeholders. This also includes the sexual harassment policy that protects employees' personal space. Please share below other benefits for setting boundaries at the workplace. Setting boundaries does not mean that you are unapproachable or even indifferent, as well as not a team player. It simply means that you respect yourself as well as others. It does not mean that you cannot help nor go overboard to make things happen. It just means that you're aware of your limits and make people know it. You respect other people's time and value their work as well as yours. Boundaries contribute to emotional stability because you only divulge information that you're comfortable making public. You do not let out confidential information that can make you regret later. Understanding your role, especially at whatever workplace you may be in, helps you to clarify the boundaries you've set for yourself. For example, you do not have to be friends to be friendly. Where there is respect, you can work harmoniously without necessarily being friends. With boundaries, you maintain professional relationships. The following situations are examples of how you can detect boundary violation, revealing so much information about yourself to someone you hardly know, such as a client, a vendor, colleague, or even supervisor. You may be standing in a queue at the airport or any other place and feel suffocated by those around you. That is violation of your physical space. Violation of boundary may also occur in a case where a client or supplier understands your company policy but goes ahead to give an employee unacceptable monies or gift. In summary, organizations should set rules and regulations that protect their employees and help them to have work-related boundaries. And employees should be responsible for their personal boundaries. This ends our tutorial today, and please subscribe below and share your comments if you've learned something today. Thank you for watching.